Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Kingdom of Alador. My name is Owen, and I'm going to guide you through another game of Rangers of Shadowdeep. Really enjoyed the first game I did last week, and thank you ever so much for everyone who watched that and for all the kind words that you placed in the comments. I really appreciate all of that, and it makes it all worthwhile, really. Although, it was great. I enjoyed it myself. Today, we're going to play the second scenario of the campaign that comes within the in the rule book, and this one is called the Infected Trees. So, without further ado, we'll get on with it. Let's introduce our characters once more and make sure that you're all aware of what is happening to them. As you may remember from last time, I do it in a sort of storytelling style, if you like. So sometimes the rules of the game aren't as important as the telling of the tale, if you like. So here we go. This is the table we've got set up. I'll go through the scenario in a minute, but I'll just tell you a little bit about the characters that are taking part in our little campaign here. Now, you might remember Garesh. Garesh is the second son of a noble whose family has fallen into ruin with the coming of the Shadowdeep. And he has taken his small party of adventurers to find out what is happening on the outer edges of his father's kingdom before he can go back and muster an army to see that this creeping darkness has overtaken the land. With him, accompanying him, is his faithful hound, Melter. Melter has gone with Garesh ever since he was young, has followed him around, although he's aging a little bit now and not quite as quick as he once was. He's still a faithful companion, although he was knocked out cold very early on in our last game. You may go back and watch that prior to this one if you like. Okay, then we have Kyra, who is Garesh's bodyguard. Now, she has been in the service of his father's troops for a long time and has been looking after Garesh ever since he was young. She thinks he's a little bit fiery, hot-headed, and she thinks that he drinks too much, but she's always a faithful companion and will always look after him. An excellent man-at-arms, if you like. She's really a good companion there. We have Bet, who is the healer in Garesh's father's court. And she has come out with this little party to find out what is going on and to find out that the woods, where she spent so much of her time collecting herbs and plants and healing, has fallen into darkness, and she wants to find out what has happened. Unfortunately, in the last battle, she received quite a nasty injury, so starts this game injured. So hopefully she'll be able to pull through and get through it all with us. And then we have Fortek, who is Fortek is an elven mage who was visiting the Kingdom of Alador and Garesh's father when this whole Shadowdeep happened and the darkness started to creep within. And he is here and wants to get home, but doesn't know how at the moment. To travel through to his kingdom, he has to go through this forest, so he's going to take some time with him. And his companion is Kiri, who is a swordswoman, an elven swordswoman, who came along with a troop of warriors to accompany Fortek. She's the last remaining one and will travel back with him. There, my friends, are the party of adventurers. Although Kaini, actually, this is Kaini. I got the names mixed around. I should have named them both with a K, should I? And this is Kiri. So we have the names of the two warriors there. Sort of changed them. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the last talk through that I did. I certainly enjoyed it. And if you want to know more, I often do a little interview and a little bit of a playthrough or a talk about my gaming sort of hobbies on the Crown of Command. And Josh from Crown of Command releases a video every week, and sometimes I will appear on that, so please have a look there. And I also have a storytelling channel called Time Between Times Stories with Owen Staton, and on those every week I release a story that I've told mainly from Welsh mythology or from ancient history that you might enjoy as well. What I'm actually quite proud of, as you can see, this is the table I put out tonight. I only have limited scenery, so please forgive me there. And I also have a limited collection. Well, I've got a massive collection of figures, but for what the scenario dictates, I've had to make a few changes. What we can see here, our heroes are starting along this side here, and their aim is to find out what is going on in the middle of this forest. In our last adventure, Kaini found some tracks in a tower that have led to this area, and a little sort of a bit of knowledge from our rangers, found out that these tracks belong to some giant spiders. So there's some concern for an old ruined tower which lies deeper in the forest, and that's what we have here. A ruined tower belonging to Garesh's father and his kingdom. There, where there are old elven ruins that have been left for a long time. There's a great forest in the middle here, and we have some ruins. We have some giant spiders on the table. I'm supposed to have more. I've only got 3. The 3 I'm using are some of the old Games Workshop Lord of the Rings giant spiders, which have spent a long time in a gaming box upstairs, had very little use. But I'm also using this wolf. Even though it's a wolf figure, it'll be used with the giant spider stats just to make it easier. And that's another world wolf. And back in popular demand, after you guys expressed your love for him, is my ancient Citadel giant rat, taking part in probably his 2nd game in 35 years. He's back out of the box, back with a vengeance, and here he is once more. So all hail the giant rat, who is from the original Citadel releases back in the early 80s. And I can remember clearly buying him. Okay, the figures I've got for the heroes. We have Garesh is the old Felix figure from Games Workshop. Love that figure, going back quite a while, minus Gotrek unfortunately. We have some Bad Squiddo figures, and they are Bet. We have Mechte the Wolf is also Bad Squiddo. Please support Bad Squiddo, it's a great little company run by Annie, and that Kairi is also a Bad Squiddo figure. And we have one of the old Jez Goodwin elves here from Citadel, going back many years ago, that Fortesk will take on. And then we have, finally here, we have one of the Frostgrave figures that North Star have released. And that's a lovely little figure for a warrior there. And that makes, that completes our party. What I'm quite proud of, I'm no painter really, though everything I use is always painted. I always try my best. But, and I'm no modeler. But part of this scenario involved these white blobs that you see on the table, which are actually spider cocoons. And I created those this week by using the Games Workshop Blizzard paint, which I just clumped into a pile and let it dry, and they've come out actually very well. They probably do with a bit of ink on them, but they actually look quite nice and will be quite good in this game. We're using part of the old Shattered Dominion table here, and some scenery I have, some of the Warcry scenery, and a couple of old woods. So, without further ado, let's get on with it. The Infected Trees, this scenario is called, and it's run over 10 turns. I'll count the turns up here with this really old dice from the old Middle-earth role-playing from ICE in the middle 80s that I've got here, and some rather old D20s. I will always roll for the heroes with the white dice and the villains with the red dice. Okay? Yeah, our heroes are here. They're going to make their way to this giant spider area at the back end of the board and explore these cocoons to find out exactly what is going on. Okay? So we've got 10 turns. Let's go. It's turn 1. And this is only my 2nd ever game of Rangers of Shadowdeep, but I've really enjoyed it. But it starts off with the ranger who can take the first turn. So that would be Garesh and any companions who are within 6 inches of him. So that's probably the vast majority of our party. So let's have a look. Use the tape measure. Yep, all 6 inches that way, all 6 inches that way. So all of my party can make a move right at the start here. Now Garesh has got a move of 7, he's got 2 actions he can use, but he can only move 3.5 in his 2nd action, so he could move 10 inches. And that's what he's going to do. He's going to move straight towards this cocoon here. But unfortunately, he can't explore it this turn because he's used both his actions. His loyal hound Mechte, who is obviously keen to be with him, is going to move out there as well, just to keep an eye on him. Our elven friends have pledged as part of this adventure to explore the forest here. They move well because there's only half movement in there. So both of them are going to move into the forest. So we will take them, they'll get to about there in the forest. So quite slow moving, even for our elven companions as they move through the dark of the trees, which almost seem alive at this time. And Bet and Kyra are going to move this way to explore this part of the forest. And there we go. All have taken 2 actions, all have moved into the area here, and now we move over to our the villains of the piece who can get to move as well. Okay, there's a small chart in the book which allows you to move and take, it's like almost like an artificial intelligence, if you like, that allows you to move the villains of your game. But it's quite straightforward, but I'll just talk you through it again, just in case this is your first time that you've actually been here and enjoyed this. Okay, we'll start with why not? Why not start with a giant rat? Okay, he's keen to get out of that box once more. He awakens, his ears prick up when he hears what's going on, and he notices that someone is approaching. Is the creature in combat? Yes, it will use its action to fight. He is not, so he proceeds to step 2. Is there a hero in line of sight? Well, one of the things that starts this this scenario is that if there isn't a hero in line of sight, they can still see them just because they're aware of the land, the evil creatures here. So he could see both of these, all right? So yes, there is so he can move forward towards those heroes. So by looking at the stats for a giant spider, which is what he's representing, it has a move of 6, so he can move 9, taking 2 actions towards our heroes here. So that's what he's going to do. Moving almost all the way there to Bet. Straight through, scurrying through the forest he comes. Let's have a look at this wolf here, okay? The same will go for him. Who is closer? Is it Melter the dog, who is actually 8 inches away, or is it a Fortesk the wizard? He is just over 8 inches away, so let's find out where he's going to go. 1 to 10, he's going to go towards Melter. 10 plus Fortek. Melter, he sniffs out this evil, this good hound, and it starts to approach, just staying there at the other side of the forest, creeping out. Its red eyes, though he's representing a spider, can be seen just glaring out, okay? Now the spiders at the back here, they're going to move forward as well, towards our heroes. Oof. This one scurries down the rock face. You can imagine it scurrying down, leaving a trail of web behind it, the pitter-patter of its feet. And you may hear a bit of pitter-pattering because it's pouring with rain. Here we are in the conservatory again. And that pitter-pattering, just imagine it being the feet of the spiders as they scurry along. Okay, and this spider as well is also going to move as fast as he can down the rock face towards our heroes. Oh! Bet has fallen over. I hope that's not a foretelling of things to come. Anyway, here we are. That's the movement for our heroes. That's the movement for our villains. The next phase would be the companions phase, which would enable any companions within out of 6 inches of our ranger to be able to move, but they all have. So that's the end of that. So we now go to the events phase. In the events phase, you draw a card from a selected deck of normal playing cards, and a event then for the scenario corresponds with the card. So let me have a look. What do I got from the top here? It's a red 5. Red 5 standing by. Said that last time, didn't I? It's becoming a catchphrase now, isn't it? Okay, red 5. Nest tree. Place another nest tree on the table 12 inches from the centre point of the table in a random direction, and place 1 giant spider and 1 treasure token adjacent to it. Okay, well, I don't have a nest tree at the moment, but what we can do is we can see that if I was to give a random direction by rolling a red dice, okay, the pointed part of the red dice is pointing in this direction, and we will place a 20 inches starting from, in fact, up to 40 inches across the table. So we've got 15, 11, that's 26. So 26 inches across this way. Oh, right back here, they walked past. Whilst they walked, they disturbed an old ruin under the soil there that our heroes have now disturbed. And while their feet kicked up the earth, what they didn't realise, that on this side of it, worth exploring, could be some treasure. So they've just seen that. So that is the event phase for this turn, which leaves it all okay. So we go straight to turn 2. It's quite rapid, isn't it? Okay, we're flying through this one, and we're straight back to the hero phase. So Garesh, okay, he's here now. You hear the scurrying of the spiders getting closer, but he realises he must try and explore what is going on. So there he is at the side of that huge cocoon in the middle of the forest there, just before the ruin of that old elven god looking down on him. So he's going to use his skills to have a look through the cocoon here and see what he can find. Many of his fathers, soldiers and rangers, and even some of his fathers, farmers and the folk who come under the jurisdiction of his lord have disappeared. So it's really important he tries to find out what is happening. So there's a web cocoon table. So I'm going to use the white dice for this because we're the good guys, and we're going to search through the cocoon with our first action. Getting a 14. Oh my gosh. It's a zombie. Place a zombie anywhere you wish within 2 inches of the figure that searched the web cocoon. What a shock he has. Rummaging through the web, and as he pulls it apart with his hands, rising from the web cocoon is a zombie. So we'll take that away, and whilst trying to do good, actually does bad. And there appears the zombie from the cocoon. Now, Garesh is a hero, and as a hero, he acts quickly. So he has one action. He's got 2 actions every turn, so he has an action left. So what he's going to do is he is going to attack that zombie with his sword there and try and take it down before it can do any real damage to him. So here we go. Let's have a look. Zombie. The way that this game works, if you weren't with us last time, it's on a d20. You roll a d20 for each character in the combat, and you add their fight skill to it. And then you take away their defense, and that gives you a score to see. I'll work through it with you right now. Garesh has a fight of +3, so he's quite a good warrior. And our zombie has a fight of +0, especially as it's just rising from the grave. The lovely Otherworld miniatures figure there as well. Okay, here we go. White dice for Garesh, red dice for the zombie. It's a 10. Oh, he was taken by surprise, wasn't he? You can imagine the arm coming out of the webbing and grabbing Garesh by the neck. Oof, okay. The zombie has scored 19. You don't add, he's got nothing to add to his fight. The Garesh has scored 10. And his fight is +3, so that gives him a score of 13. So it's a score of 19 to 13, so it's a win, isn't it? Bang! So the zombie strikes him, and strikes him really badly as well, with a score of 19. If that was our hero, that would be a critical hit. But unfortunately, it's not. So he may live through this. All right, Garesh's armour is 10, so he loses by a nice score of 19 to 10. He loses 9 hit points. Oh, that's a massive hit. The zombie scratches him on the neck, causing him to lose 9 hit points. He's got a health of 18, so he's down to a health of 9 already. That's a real blow for him, isn't it? The zombie is grabbing him and scratching him and pulling at his throat, trying to kill him there. Whew. That'll serve him right to go looking through the cocoons. Ooh, right, okay. So that's his turn. 2 actions. First turn was to look through the cocoon, found the zombie. Second turn, he attacked the zombie, which actually beat him in combat. We have the companions phase. And because the companions are right next to us, within 6 inches now, they can move. So that would allow our Kainer here and Melter can both take a move at this turn. We're desperately now that he can see his master is in trouble, Melter leaps forward. You're moving slightly and using his second attack to attack the zombie, which is risen out of the cocoon. Let's have a look at Melter. Melter has a fight of +1 against the zombie's fight of 0. So here we go. Boom. We have a super zombie here, haven't we? He's just scored a 19 and now he's scored a 20. He is in awesome form, should I add. And he, with one hand, he's grabbing Garesh from the neck, and with a second hand, he bashes Melter. Okay, so he beats him by, Melter's a fight +1, so his score is 11. He beats him by 9 points of damage, he's got an armour of 10. He takes 10 hit points. Gets absolutely smashed. He's only got a health of 8. So once again, really early on in the battle, Melter is hit around the face and knocked down to the ground. And we'll have to find out what happens to him at the end of this game. It's been a dark start for our heroes here. Right, that looks really rough, doesn't it? Moving on. Kyra. Okay, Kyra. Can you do better? The giant rat is scurrying through the forest, eager to do battle. She sees it coming and approaches, stepping in front of Bet, who is less of a fighter, more of a healer, and she is going to attack the giant rat, which runs on as I said earlier, a giant spider's stats. Okay, Kyra is the best fighter we have here. Well, Kaini and Kyra. They both have a fight of +4, so that's a really good, strong, and we need something good to happen to you guys, don't we? Because we're starting to worry a bit now about what has happened. So let's have a look at the giant spiders. They've got fight +0, sure. Okay, let's just see how we do. Kyra brings her mace up and slams it down hard. well, not that hard, but she does win the combat. She scores a grand total of 9 against the giant spider, or the rat's score of 3. So she does beat it, but not by enough. When you take away the giant spider's armor of 6, she doesn't beat it by more than 8. So she hits it, knocks it back, but does not do any more damage. So, oof. Things are still looking a bit creepy for us here, guys. So that's the start phase for our ranger. We had 1 companion move, and we've had 2 companions move, sorry. And now it's time for the creatures. Right, we are going to be in a spot of bother here, aren't we? Let's start with the giant rat again. He jumps back into combat and he attacks Kyra just as he did just now. So his she's got a fight +4. His fight is +0. Here he goes. 6, 7. She beats him again, but this time she scores a grand score of 10, whereas he scores a grand score of 7. So she beats him, but with his armor. Oh, I think his armor is actually 8, isn't it? Let me see. Excuse me, guys, while I look back in the book. Giant spider, here he is. His armor is 8. So she has done 2 hit points of damage on him. So he's been hit for 2 hit points of damage. He has got a grand total of 4. So he's not looking in the best of health. She brings her club down hard, a mace on him, hit him on the head, but he's still alive. It's good to see the giant rat doing well here, isn't it? Fans of the giant rat, rejoice. Okay, that's his turn. Let's go with this spider here. Now this spider is, he can see Garesh in front of him. He can move in that direction. He's got a movement. We'll check his movement now, using here. He's got a movement of 6. So, with a move of 6, will that get him into combat? Let's have a look. Oh yes, it will as well. Right. Okay, Garesh, you are up against it now. He moves his first move of 6 inches, takes him into combat with our ranger hero, and he's going in with a supported combat because he now has the zombie supporting him. So, right, let's go with it. So the giant spider just comes streaming out of the forest. Before we know it, out of the shadows of the web, it scuttles its way across and it leaps up. So it's now got the equivalent of fight +2 against Garesh's fight +4. Oh wow, look at that. He has a special skill, which is called, I should just get that for you, I believe it's called heroic hit or heroic shot, which, it's there, it's, he has heroic abilities. He has deadly strike, which gives him +5 damage and enables him to score a critical on a roll of a 20, a 19 or an 18, I believe. So let's have a look, deadly strike, or an 18. So that's a critical hit. So he's going to do well here, and our spider is not going to do so well. Spider's got an armor of 8, and so the spider scores, with his support, scores a grand total of 10. Garesh scores 19, plus his combat gives us 23. So he's beaten him by 13. The spider's got an armor of 8, and he's only got 4 hit points. So the spider is splatted by our hero, who thrusts his blade through the spider, rears up, and then curls into a little ball and leaves this world, which is a good thing. We next have the zombie. The zombie is going to come forward and fight with Garesh. So he's under a lot of pressure here because we've got this wolf as well, just lurking on the edge of the woods, and we've also got this spider here. So we'll find out exactly what's going to happen in a second. Here we go. This time it's a straight fight between the two of them because it's unsupported. Oh, now that I believe is a draw because our hero has scored a score of 17 and the zombie has scored. This zombie is unbelievable, isn't he? So they both take a step back, I believe, here from that. And this fight, this raging battle in the shadows of this old statue and monument in the forest, covered with leaves and weeds and spider web, and you can just see our hero sort of doing battle. The next spider, who's a little bit further along there, it's his turn next, so he's going to come forward at this point. He's got a move of 6. So because Garesh has pushed back, Yeah, he'd still get into a bit of combat there, but only just. I think he was almost pushed out of the range of the spider, which could have been a benefit for him, but he's not. So let's do combat again, as another spider skulks out of the darkness towards him. Look at that. He is absolutely on fire now, isn't he? Again, did brilliant in the last game, and he did. He's starting to warm up here as well, isn't he? I've got to make a note as well of the experience points that he earns in this battle. So let me just do that as well while we're here, and so I won't forget. Can't find my pen now. It's a good start. Ah, there it is. There it is. Okay, so we have Garesh. One spider killed. There we go. And this time, like, he's killed one spider, and with this score, he scores 21. The spider scores 4. Take away his armour of 8. Boom. Killed again. Another spider. Another one bites the dust. 2 spiders killed for our hero there. Moving on to the wolf. The wolf, he's got another set of heroes approaching him here, but they are further away than Garesh is. So, being a villainous sort of bad guy, he bounds out of the forest to attack him right there. I tell you what, he's earning his corn here, isn't he? Really struggling. Here we go. 14-13. It's a win, but only just. Just as the other spider curls up and dies, this giant wolf bounds out of the forest and attacks him. But luckily, he brings his blade round quick enough and scores a score of 18 against the wolf's 13. So we take away the armour of the wolf, which is armour 8. So that does a... his score is 18, take away 8, boom, 10 points of damage. The health on the wolf is 4. So another slain creature. 3 killed by Garesh. What a legend. Oh, we got this spider here. Now, there's no one within combat range of the spider there, so he is going to move in this direction to the edge of the woods here. Okay. Whew. Right. Companions. My companions need to do something here, don't they? Kyra's already moved, so we're going to go with Bet. Bet the healer can see this combat happening right in front of her. She's seen the giant rat bound out of the forest and is now going to step in to do battle with the giant rat, supported by her friend there. Now, she's not a... she's actually an arcanist. She's got a fight +2, so she's quite a good fighter. And she's going to... she's also supported, so that gives her fight +4 against the giant rat. Look at the giant rat go. 20 against... Bet's 12. So, ooh, ouch. Okay, Bet was already injured and 5 points down from the start of this. So she's only on 5 health. Oh my gosh, right, okay. So the rat has scored a grand score of 20. And she has scored 10, supported 12. She's beaten by 8. And her armour is 10. So she loses 10 points of damage, and that takes her down, and in a bad way. Maybe you should have sat this one out, Bet. I think that's my fault as a manager of these guys. Maybe I should have seen that this hero wasn't in the best state. But because we were in the middle of the forest and there was nowhere else to go, it was the only thing that we could do, really, which was to bring her with us. And she has hit the ground, which is, oof, not nice at all. Let's hope for better action here with the elven friends that we have. Okay, Kaini, right, okay. She wants to explore this cocoon to find out what's going on, but she can hear scuttling in front of her, something coming out of the forest. So she is going to rush forward 6 inches, which she can do, and she is going to attack this giant spider straight in front of us there. Okay. She has got a fight of +4. She's very, very useful with her whirling blades there. So let's hope she can do some damage to the spider. I should have known. Okay, the spider scores 15. Kaini scores 11, so that's a win for the spider. The spider scores 15. Her armour is 10, so she takes... Oh, gosh. 5 points of damage, okay. Ouch. Okay, so she's down to 5 hit points. No, she isn't. She starts with 14, sorry. So she's down to 9 hit points. 9 HP. So the spider grabs her and bites into her leg there, causing her to squeal in pain. But she's still in the fight, so she can carry on and do battle there. Okay, Fortesque is going to rush forward and explore this cocoon, whilst he's, the evil creatures are being held off by Caney in front of him there. So he's going to use his second action to explore that cocoon and find out exactly what is going on, because things are heating up here in the infected, or in the insidious, or in the infected trees. Yeah, sorry. Okay, he's going to roll a d20 to find out exactly what he's found here. He scores a 10. Survivor! You have found a badly wounded but living villager. Treat this figure as one of your companions with the following stats. Thank goodness for that. We have a survivor who wrapped up in the cocoon, who has been here for days, probably weakened by the ordeal, poisoned by the spiders, but still here to help us. And maybe he could tell us when he's able, and he is feeling a little bit better, that what has gone on in this in the middle of the woods here. He is cut away from the cocoon. He's one of the brave soldiers who was actually based in the tower here, who was being kept as a meal for the spiders in the future. But luckily, Fortesque has uncovered him, and he has now been rescued. That is the end of everyone's moved now, so that's where we're at. So let's go with the events table. So the next card, and it's a red 6. Red 6. Ray of light. A bright ray of sunlight shines down through the trees above. Pick any one giant spider and move it in 6 inches in any direction you choose. You may choose a giant spider that is currently in combat. Right. Okay, so that gives me a bit of a break. A giant ray of light as the cloud opens and the sun shines through. And I'm going to choose this spider here, and it's going to scuttle back that way and leave us alone for a little bit of time. Okay, so there we go. That's that done with a ray of light, and that takes us to turn 3. Okay, so battling our way through here, isn't it? And boom, here we are, straight into combat with our hero and the hugely effective zombie who's in front of us. He's going to step forward and do battle with a zombie there. +4 to hit fight, zombie +0, 15 scores of 6. So that leaves us on 19, zombies on a score of 6. And the zombie's armour, which I don't believe is that effective, is going to zombie's armour. Oh, it is actually. It's a score of 12. So we're on 19 to the zombie. So we've beaten the zombie, and we have. He's got a health of 6. So we're on 19. He's on 12. Boom! Wham! With a swing of the blade, the zombie hits the ground, and our hero has killed another creature, which is amazing for us. Gosh. Killed 1 zombie killed. Right, okay. Who's within 6 inches of him now? Well, we have a new companion who is here and ready to do battle. So he can move. Now he is, he's only just sort of woken up, so I can't see him rushing forward to uncover that other cocoon at the moment. So what he's going to do is actually, he knows Garesh from many years ago, where he served as a man-at-arms. So he's going to stick with his lord there and make sure that he is protected for the time being. So that gives us a little bit of support in the middle there. Okay, she's just out of 6 inches. Just out of 6 inches there. So we'll go straight to the monsters. Okay, starting on this side of the board, we have the battle here with a giant rat and kind of the barbarian. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Oh, okay. Okay. Giant rat scores 15. Kyra scores 11. So that is a hit and a win for the giant rat. She's really up against it here, against the giant rat, who has spent many, many years in the garage, but here is ready to do battle. Okay, he has beaten her by, her armour is 11. He's beaten her by 4 points of damage. She's down to 8 health. So, oof, and he knocks her back there. That is struggling, isn't she? She's struggling there. But hopefully she can rally next turn. and do a little bit better for us. What else have we got? The only other creature on the table here is this spider, and he is going to rush forward and attack our hero here again, hoping to capitalise on the damage he did last time. Oh. It's a small combat. She trips up and almost falls to the ground as he comes forward, but he doesn't do enough damage himself because he's only scored 6 and her armour is quite high. Her armour is 11, so although he wins and knocks her back a little bit, he does no more damage than that, which is really, really good for us. Okay, and now we have, that's them, so the companions can go. So let's go back over on this side of the board here. So Kyra comes forward and is going to attack that giant rat, hoping for victory. I think, yes, she's just snuck it there. She scores 16, he scores 14. So she beats him, his armour is 8. So she does 8 points of damage, sending the giant rat back to the garage for another 35 years. Or at least till we roll another giant rat. Or a giant spider. Well done. Kyra scores a victory, and she will gain points for that. Kyra. 1. Yes. Okay. Yes. Good. Okay. So that companion has moved. This one has moved. Fortesk is here as well. We're going to go with Kaini. Is going to step forward and try and slay this final beast who's on the table here at the moment. Let's see what happens. Oh yes, okay, she scores 15, he scores a score of 4, he's got 4 hit points, so take away his armour, he is slain. So well done. That's another spider off the board, and we are doing okay. Kaini scores 1 hit point, 1 spider. Lovely. Okay, things all of a sudden are looking a little bit better for us, aren't they? Which is great. Let's take this dice off because giant rat, we don't need to see his hit points anymore. So let's see, she's moved, so Fortes can move. He is going to spend, he has to move slowly through here, so he's going to be able to move 3. He's only going to just get to the edge of this. Whoa, let's drag the forest with us, shall we? As the tape gets stuck. There we are, he goes to there in order to see, just peering out on the other side of the forest, looking at that cocoon. We've got another 2 here to explore as well. So that brings us to the end of that turn, which is really, really straightforward and really simple. But of course we've got the events. It's a red 3. So what is that going to do for us? Let's find out. Red 3, roll for a random member of the company. The figure has become entangled in a giant web. At the start of each turn, it must make a strength roll, target number 2. If it fails, it will not activate in the coming turn. If it succeeds, it activates as normal and will not have to roll. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, we've got 5. I've got a D8. I'm just going to roll that and see what happens. 5. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Kaini. Well, that sort of suits. She's been battling the giant spider, so she's trapped in a web and has to make a strength test to see if she can move this turn. Okay, so it's just a straight D20 just to see if she can get through that. She can pick locks, right? Yes, she manages to break through the web with her blades, cutting her way out, and she is able to move in the following turn, which is a bonus for us. So here we go, turn 4. Okay. It's time for our hero. Okay, can move again. So he is going to try and work, they're working their way up that way. He is going to use his 6 inches of move to take him, or he's going to have to move through the forest here, I would suggest. So he's going to use both his movements and move himself to about here, working his way to the, oops, if he can just about move, just put him there, working his way to the cocoon. Using his companion move, our new friend here is going to take a move and move up this way, just starting to go into the forest, just starting to, the webs are starting to clear in his own mind now, so we can start moving and find out what exactly is happening. Okay, there are no creatures on board at this time, so luckily we have a bit of space in order to do what we need to do. So Fortesk, the companion, is going to move to here and he's going to explore that cocoon. Let's find out what's there. Oh, Now there is a bad omen, isn't it? When he knocks over his own ally in order while he's searching. He scores a 7. Dead body. It's a sad day, isn't it? He's found a dead body in the cocoon there, and that unfortunately is all he can do. Okay, and Kaylee is free to move, and she is going to move up in this direction just in case anything comes out here. And we also have Kyra here is going to move with her 3 inches there, and using her second action she's going to explore that cocoon. 17, what is that? Oh no, zombie. Just what she didn't need. As she explores and cuts open that cocoon, again rising from the cocoon is another zombie, which rises from the grave there in order to do battle. Okay, that's all the companions. So we are at the end of the turn. Okay, so wow, okay, that was quick, wasn't it now? Well, they were just moving, I suppose. So let's see what we've got. Got a 4, red. Web. Roll for a random member of the company again. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's my D8? It's 4 this turn. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. It's Fortesk. Both these characters now have to make strength rolls at the start of every turn in order to see if they can move. So that is quite difficult for us, isn't it? Okay, and then we're into turn 5. Okay. Right, starting with our hero here, Garesh is going to move up to here, and he's going to explore that cocoon in front of him. Let's see what he finds. Number 5, dead body. There's nothing that can be done for this poor soul. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate, isn't it? We're getting some bad results here. This guy here has been really lucky, isn't he? He has been the only survivor so far. Well, yeah, he will be the only survivor that we found because this one has been explored as well. So, dark times indeed. Dark times. Okay, the object of the scenario is to explore and destroy what's called the infected trees, but within our case, it's this old abandoned watchtower on the hill. So we're going to start clambering up the rocky face to do that here once we can. Okay, so he's moved there. That was his turn. Companions within 6 inches. So we would have had. It's kind of that would have been. No, she's not now, so we can't. But our friend here can. I have to give him a name at the end of the battle here and some equipment and see if he can expand his knowledge with us. Fortesk is going to try and break through the webs, which he does as well. Well done to him. Both of these are free of the webs this turn. And Kyra is going to... Oh no, she's moved, isn't she? Because the zombie came out. So that's the turn 5. And we're going to move into turn 6. But we'll also draw a card first. It's a 2. Spider. Place a giant spider adjacent to a random nest tree. If there are no nest trees on the table, place in the centre point of a random table edge. So my nest trees actually were 1, 2 and 3. I probably didn't explain that at the start. So let's try that then. Okay, so D6. I'll use this as D3. 1 to 2 is that one. 3 or 4 is that one. 5, 6 is that one. Spider over there. There he is. Oh. Okay, so we have another spider on the table at the end of that turn. Right, so all of a sudden we've got a zombie and a spider who have joined us at the end of this turn. Okay, so here we are. All right, it's time for our hero here as well. So what we're going to do is we are now going to start trying to destroy these trees. Okay, so what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and climb up that rock face in order to get at that tunnel. So let's have a look at what we can do at this point. Climb, measure the ability, difficult, climb surfaces. Right, so I'm going to have to make a climb roll, I think. Although I haven't, because in this scenario itself, there isn't a rocky face. So I'm going to give it a value of 10. I think it's quite a, not the most difficult climb. There's plenty of handholds. It looks quite rocky and quite unforgiving to a climber. But let's see. Right. My friend here is going to rule. He doesn't have a climbing skill, so he's going to try and roll over 10. Doesn't get very far, does he? Okay, he doesn't get very far now. So he fails to climb the surface. I'm not going to say he's fallen at this point, but he's failed to climb the surface. Our other hero here is going to move forward and attempt the same thing. Do you know what? I sort of bigged up that climb, didn't I? And all of a sudden, it's become the most difficult thing in the world, as neither of them have managed it. Right. Enemy's turn. Zombie. Step forward to fight Kyra there. Here we go. She's got fight +4, he's got fight +0. Oh, it's a draw. Well, no, she actually beats him, doesn't she? She scores 13 to his 12, take away his armour of 8, so she will have done a 5 points of damage to him, which is actually scores quite well, doesn't it? I believe. Let's have a look, just check his zombie armour of, oh, he's got an armour of 12, okay? So she has scored 13. She does 1 point of damage to this zombie, so he's back and he takes 1 point of damage, which is a bit of a blow for him, but nothing too serious for our zombie friend there. Okay, and here we have the spider which has just appeared from the ruins at the top there. Is going to make a move, and what is the move of that giant spider? Let's have a look. It's 6, so he is, can he get, who's the closest? So 5 or 4 there. And very similar there. So 1 to 10, it's Fortesque, and 10 or more, it's Kyrie. Oh, our wizard could be in a spot of bother as the zombie rushes forward to, the giant spider, sorry, rushes forward to do combat, to battle with him. So, here we go. Right. I'm all over the shop now. My books are being hidden, my creatures are all over the place, but we still battle on. Here we go. Fortesque. Right. I don't believe he has a, let's have a look. Alchemist. Fortesque has a fighter +0, so straight roll here. Oh, okay. Spider score was 18 compared to his 9. He's got an armour of 10, so he takes 9 points of damage, which is a really, he's only got a health of 12, that puts him on 3. Ouch! He is hit back and hurt, really badly hurt in that combat. Ouch. Ouch. Okay, the companions phase. Combat there. Can she get rid of him this turn? She scores 6, she scores 11, it still beats him, it doesn't beat his armour. So she knocks him back and she rushes forward to do battle, but it's still ongoing there and looking pretty tough going, isn't it? Okay, Kaine's going to rush forward here to attack this spider and hopefully take him out before he does any more damage to Fortesque. Let's have a look. Ah, oh, what a hit as well. She scores 20, where he scores 7. He's got an armour of 8, I believe, yeah. So she has beaten him by 12, a health of 4. She, in a whir of blades, that spider hits the ground and has passed on. Okay. So there we go. Right, that's going to be that turn. So we're now on to turn 7. We're flying through these turns now. But of course we have the event stage at the end here. And that is the ace. We have picked the last card, and that's the red ace on the infected trees. So what does that mean? Spider. Place a giant spider next to an adjacent red adjacent nest tree. So that was, ooh, a pen flies through the air and lands, luckily not taking anybody out. Okay, it's going to be the spider. It's going to be either there, or there. So let's have a little let's have a look how we're going to do this. In fact, I'm just going to place it up here because it looks more cinematic and it scurries out of its den there. Okay. End of turn. Boom. Turn 7. Here we go. We're both going to, these two both have to make a target roll of 12 to break out of the web. White is Fortesque, red is Kaini. She is trapped this turn, so I'll turn around because she can't make a move, but he can make a move. Our hero is going to attempt to climb up here along with his companion. This is going to be the ranger. Garesh, this is our new companion, both trying to score more than 10. He unfortunately can't do it, but our hero scampers to the top and can begin to explore that tower. Okay, that is my companions phase. It's now the villains. So zombie in battle here. Let's see what happens. That is a really bad one, isn't it? They both score 2. In the undergrowth and protected by everything that's going on about them, neither of them do anything there. So that's that. But now we have a spider here who's going to make his way around and attack our intrepid hero up the top here. And he does well as well. Garesh has a score of +3 to that, so it gives him 14, but he loses, look, to the 17 that our friend scores there. He's on 9. So he has got an armour 10. He's down to 2 hit points. He is in a spot of bother there, isn't he? Time for the companions to try and do some damage here, folks. I think we need to get working here, don't we? Fortek is going to move there, and he's going to try and cleanse that infected tree, if you like, or the infected statue. Okay, and once he gets there, he can do that. So let's have a look. Nest trees. Okay, how does he do it? Okay. He is going to. He needs a to beat 12 on a roll in order to destroy the nest tree. He couldn't have done a worse job, could he? But there we are. He's in the game. We're now going to, companions, we're going to move Kyra, and he's going to fight the zombie again. See what happens. Oh. Zombie scores 15. She scores 7. Her armour is 11. So that gives her 4 points of damage. She's down to 4 points of damage. The zombie bites hold of her leg and will not let go. That's looking pretty rough, isn't it? Okay, ouch. Right, that's the end of that turn. That is the end of the turn. So we're going to move to turn 8, and let's see exactly what we can do here. Right, let's see if these can break. That's white is Fortes, red is Kyra. Kyra can move this turn, but Fortes can't. So he can't move. And that is the start of it. Boom, our combat up the top there. Our hero against the giant spider. Oh, he beats him this time. Beats him this time with a score of 15 to the giant spider's score of 8. So he swings his blade, he beats the giant spider's armour of 8 and destroys him by doing more than 4 points of damage. So that's the end of that spider. And he can now, with that first turn, and he's up the top here, and he can try and take down that tower next turn. His companion will try and climb up. Yes! He gets up as well. So we're both up there in order to do some damage. Zombie's turn here. Kyra's up against it. I don't want to see her fall. It's one of my favourites. Let's see what happens. Yes, look at that. She scores 18 to the zombie's 9. So his armour is 8. So she does 10 points of damage on him, slaying him outright. Okay. That's good. That's good news. And Kaini is going to move forward and try and take out this nest tree, or this bit of ruin that she's found there. And she does a pretty bad job of it as well. Okay, that is the end of that turn. It's going to be quick now, isn't it? Because we're out of baddies, if you like. So we're going to need to try and get this treasure. Our hero there is going to attack the tower. Ah, look at that. He is taking out the nest. The giant spider nest within this tower has been cleansed. It has been cleansed. Once, 1 + 1, cleanse. I can rely on him. He's very reliable, this guy. I really like him. Okay, so our companion there will just move around to this area. The rest of the companions, we're going to take a little bit of time in order to move back here. Both our moves there to try and uncover the treasure here. And our companions, I didn't roll, did I, for these two? So they need to be 12. There's white and red. Oh, she can't move this turn. She's still trapped in the web, but he's going to try and he's going to cast a spell against our against the ruin there in order to try and destroy it. That spell is Magic Bolt. So let's see exactly what that can do in order to try and make that a bit better for us. Okay, Magic Bolt, Magic Bolt, Magic Bolt, Magic Bolt. +5. So let's do it this turn. Boom, boom. Cleansed by Fortec. So that's good. Fortec. Infested tree cleanse. Only one left. Yes, we like that. That's really good, isn't it? Right, okay. Boom, boom. And can't move. Last turn, folks. Last turn. Here we go. Okay, they are just going to stand up there, look pretty. We need to see if our two heroes here have beaten the webbing. No, we can't. So that's bad because we can't now uncover this one because it's the last turn. But Kyra can make her way around here and she can see exactly what treasure she's found. So yes, which is kind of nice. So there's a treasure token. Let's see what our friend has found. And that's going to be the end of the game, really, which is good. It's been interesting, actually. I panicked for a little while. I thought we were going to be in trouble. I thought that we were going to lose a lot of heroes really early. But actually, we've actually done okay. We have done okay. So, although a few of us are down, which is a bit of a blow. Okay, let's have a look. Treasure table. Let's have a look and see what she's found. 16. Weapon or armour. Now that could be useful, couldn't it? That could be really good for us as we move on. And there's a chart here, a D20 for weapons and armour table. And she scores a 6, a hand weapon. Okay, nice. There we are. She has found a hand weapon. Lovely. She has found a hand weapon. Not even a magic one. She's found a sword, but she already had it. I bet it's an ancestral one. And it belonged to one of the warriors who were slain here. Okay, right, I will work out the experience points later and I will let you know in the next game what exactly has happened before we move on, guys. But let's find out about Bet and Nechte. Let's see what their injuries have occurred and what has happened. Right, Bet was in a bad way before we started, and Melchte took a blow in the last battle as well. So let's find out exactly. Let's go with Melchte first. 5, badly wounded. So he's going to start the next game on half his health, or -5 health, or does he sit it out? And Bet, the same. She has not recovered, has she not? It's been a tough old game there for those two. That's it. The infected trees have been disinfected, if you like. Thanks for joining me for this game. I've really enjoyed it this afternoon. It's been nice and really nice to have your company. The rain's pouring outside. These are dark times, but please enjoy me. Enjoy me. That's not what I wanted to say. Please, I hope you enjoyed this battle here at the time between times. And please please subscribe if you want to see more of this, because if people are watching, then I will do more. But if not, I'll just do it myself. But Rangers of Shadowdeep, what a great game. I'm really enjoying it. 2 scenarios in. My party is building nicely. We've rescued a new hero. We're moving on. So please drop me a line if you want to see me do anything else. If you're interested in these characters and what you want to see more of them. And thank you ever so much for watching. Diolch yn fawr, everybody. And if you like stories, please subscribe to my storytelling channel. I upload a new tale every Sunday. It's Time Between Times Stories with Owen Staton. And please have a look at the Crown Command. The Crown Command is an old Warhammer group looking at old Hammer and old editions of Warhammer, and there's some great stuff there. And Josh on Crown Command is doing some really good work. Have a great week, everyone. Stay safe. Take care.